Hello everybody! With the insides and outsides of our maps ready to go, let's go over how to fill them out with objects. In this guide we'll cover the basic objects tool, the scatter tool, and the alterations you can make to objects to get the right look for your maps. Keep in mind if you'd like an article as a reference guide, you can check out the article version of this video, linked in the description. The first tool in this section is the Objects tool, and when you click into it, it opens up a huge list of all the assets that are in DungeonDraft over to the right hand side. You can click on any of them to select it, then click to put it on the map. One thing you'll notice is that, by default, you can only move and place objects along the grid lines. If you want to turn that off, either uncheck the Snap option at the bottom, or just use the shortcut key S. With Snap off, you can move objects around freely. Let's look at the settings for the Object tool. At the top, you'll have the normal layer options we've seen in a few places before, as well as this over-under setting. The over-under setting lets you get everything layered just right. Like, if we wanted to stack two books over one another on this table, then if we wanted to add some that had fallen to the ground, we just switch to under, and we can put it right where we want it. That's because the table and all the books are all on user layer 1. When we have over selected, it goes over everything on that layer, and when we have under selected, it goes under everything in that layer. Next up is this slider for rotation. You can click and drag on it to rotate the object, use the arrows to the side for precise adjustments, or just use your scroll wheel. The scale slider below changes what size the object is. To quickly adjust this, you can hold Alt, then scroll to adjust the size as you'd like. One quick forewarning about scale though, sometimes if you make an object really small, even though it shows clearly on your map, it may export a little blurry. Next up is this button to toggle on and off shadows. With it off, the new objects we place are just flat, but with shadows on, they get a nice little outline to them to give the map a little bit more depth. Below that is this custom color picker. Some objects in DungeonDraft can be colored however you want. Usually, colorable objects are the ones that display by default with this dark red color. If we switch the color here, the colorable objects in the library will shift to preview with the new color as well, and you can place them with whatever custom color you prefer. Like we've seen before, you can also control the alpha channel if you want them to appear less saturated or to be partially see-through. In the color picker at the bottom right hand of the selection box, there's a dropper icon. If you click that, you can hover over any part of the map and take that color. This will help with keeping consistent colors across a map. Down below, you can see this list of tags, but it's grayed out. That's because we're currently viewing the library by all. In this setting, you can search to find objects and refine how exact the results you get back are using the fuzzy and exact slider. For example, if you search chair and have it set to fuzzy, it may return results for chair and stare. If you have it set to exact, it will only return chairs. You can also choose to view objects you've used in this map, or switch over to the tags option. You can also click in the tags area in the left-hand sidebar, and it will open the right-hand sidebar to the tags tab. Now you can click on any of these tags and see all the relevant objects. There's even a colorable tag if you want to see exactly which objects can have a custom color selected for them. You can also control-click to select multiple, or shift-click to select everything in a range. There are also collections of tags in the drop-down above the list of tags. If we want to make this room a study, for example, we could click into the Office category, and you can see it selects all the relevant tags for us. Now, between stacking objects using the different over-under settings, rotating and changing their size, and changing the color, we can already get some really great looking maps, but the other tool in this section gives you another interesting option for filling out your maps. This is the Scatter tool, and it does just what it sounds like. It scatters objects around. So, if we select this book, then click and drag, it starts scattering them all over this now disorganized office. The settings for this tool look a lot like the Object tool. There's the same layer option, same over-under option, same tag sorting and the like, but the sliders are different here. Now they let you set 2 points, a minimum and a maximum for rotation and scale. When we had the rotation set to range from -180 to 180, you can see the books faced all different directions, but we can set these to the same point and all the books will face the same direction. The scale slider works similarly. If both points are on the same number, then all the books will be that size. But if you give it a range, there will be variation in the sizes you get. The other new slider down here is for spread, which is how dense your spread will be. This goes down into the negatives for really densely packed scatters, or you can leave it up higher for the objects to be more spread out. But the really great part of this tool is that it lets you select multiple objects. You can either shift-click to select everything between 2 points, or control-click to select different items. Adjust your scale, rotation, and spread, and then when you click and drag out your scatter, it incorporates all the objects you selected into your randomization. If your objects are colorable, you can even control-click to choose multiple colors, and it will cycle through applying each of them to your items randomly as well. This tool is great for filling in maps with lots of variety quickly. One thing worth noting here is that sometimes you might want the objects, colors, sizes, and so on to be randomized, but not want to drag them out in a ribbon, like if you were placing food and drinks randomly across tables in a tavern, but didn't want it scattered on the floor too. You can also just click to place individual items from your scatter selection, and it will cycle to a new random item in your selection for your next click, which gives you a little bit more control over the final result. With terrain laid down, structures built, and our rooms full of good stuff, we're really starting to see these maps coming together. But there's a ton more we can do to make your maps even more interesting. In the next guide, we'll go over adding dynamic lighting. I'll see you in the next one.